Okay, we're gonna go live. Hope everybody's ready. We got the show going. Hey, it's Dino, Digitspin Crypto. Got the YouTube behind me. Got the chat over here. We're gonna have a good time today. Now, what we're gonna discuss is a lot of really cool and neat stuff. First of all, I gotta take this off my belt. All right. So, first of all, there's been a lot of excitement with Electroneum, and we're going to talk about that. They released some new news. Information is starting to come out, and we're going to talk about the new news update. We're going to talk about last week, August 1st, I sent out a Twitter poll, or Twitter, asking people to talk and discuss can Electroneum hit 10 cents by the end of the year? So we're going to take a look at that. We're going to see what that's all about. And, of course, we're going to review and take a look at the current news. You got to pay attention to Electroneum. There's a lot there to unwrap. And I'm going to take all that information, put it all together, wrap it up with a bow, and I'm going to hand it over to you, my favorite viewer. So, let's get this party going, and let's see what it's all about. Stick in there. Get my face out of the way. Can't tell you.
He's a tech-savvy guy, gonna show you the way. You better load your bags, cause crypto's here to stay. Listen up, gonna teach you about this and that. But he's just a goofy guy in a straw hat. So join in and have a laugh. It's gonna be a good time, that's a fact. Information and crypto parodies. Sit back and enjoy the show. You just never know which way you'll go. Get ready for Digitspin Crypto.
Alright. Hey, alright, we got the introduction out of the way. Hey, it's Dino, Digitspin Crypto. Now remember, I'm just a goofy guy in a straw hat. If you're looking for financial information, obviously I'm not it. So keep that in the back of your head. Just a guy on YouTube. But I'm going to bring you some good information. You do with that as you see fit. Now, appreciate a lot of you guys stopping by. And I see Crypto Man stopped by, Mike stopped by, Shannon is out there, Dark Memer, Wesley's out there, Fit Fanatic, Marcus. Hey, appreciate that feedback, Marcus. Marcus is out there. So, hey, it's a nice Sunday afternoon, and we got some good information to talk about today. First, we're going to take a look at the Electroneum network news release, which is packed full of amazingly fantastic information. If you've been following the Digitspin channel or visiting the Digitspin Telegram group, down below, you'll see it in the description. There's a link, free. Connect to it. Get the information first, because I'm on there almost basically daily, probably every few hours, interacting with everybody in the community. Not only for Electroneum, but for other coins as well. Soto San, thanks. Appreciate you stopping by. Hey, Michael, good to see you. So it's important that you do that and get the information first from the community in Digitspin Crypto. Now, it's good stuff, but I also want to throw in something out there. Those of you that have been following us at Digitspin Crypto in regards to Splinterlands have done really well for yourselves. It's been pretty fantastic. with Splinterlands. It's an NFT game, and you can buy the cards and the creatures. And not only do you just get to look at them, but you get to actually play with them and earn cryptocurrency if you win your games. And the folks that have been with me for the last year or so on the Digitspin Furious Chickens, Splinterlands Furious Chickens Guild Telegram, this in the description below. You will find that they are all excited beyond belief. They're making mad gains. There's very few coins that I've bought where I've hit it nicely. Splinterlands is it. And I know they got TV ads that are going to be coming out, and they're adding all sorts of other stuff. So check out the Splinterlands, and congratulations to the Digitspin Furious Chickens Guild. Love you guys, and visit description has the link for the Telegram channel if you want to learn more. All right, so let's get into the meat and potatoes. You guys are all wanting to know about Electroneum, what's going on, and let's take a look at the Twitter that I sent out well over a week ago, August 1st, about 8 days ago, and let's see what you guys think in regards to Electroneum hitting 10 cents or more by the end of the year. So let's start off with this goody good stuff here. Let's put the ticker down below. All right. So Electroneum released some fantastic news. It's good to hear from the team, and the Electroneum network, which is the news releases, is done by Oliver, and Ollie works really hard to keep us all up to date with information that he's allowed to produce. As we all know, Electroneum's been pretty tight-lipped. They've been playing everything close to the vest, and clearly they have a lot going on and trying to unpack. They've been in this method of not talking much about anything because they were working with the FCA over in England to try to get things together. But they've put together a network that's going to be outside of the UK, but so that they can keep the environment running and moving forward while they work with the regulators along with 200 other companies to make things happen. All right, let's take a look at this news because there's a lot here we want to unpack. We want to really understand what's going on here. Fit Fanatic says, I bought my first bag 20 hours ago. Yay, good for you. Good for you. I think this is a good time, Fit. I think it's a good time to be getting in. It's going to fluctuate. There's going to be moments where it's lower, and there's moments where it's higher, and you're like, oh, what did I do? Oh, this is great. Goes back and forth. But I think we're doing good. Hey, Rich Welty's out there. He goes, yeah, I'm watching from work. You want to know me? Hey, Dino, what's new? Rich Welty says, yeah, Ali is an amazing person. I had to sit down with him. Magnificent person. Ali is a very genuine individual. Does everything he can to bring us the latest information in a truthful and efficient way. He does his best, as his job is to try to get information to people. I'm sure that he squeezes out every drop that he can release to the community because he knows how important it is. Ali's definitely somebody you want to follow on Twitter. Ali Elkuna. You want to definitely follow him on Twitter, and he's not too much on Telegram. He used to be. He's not too much on Telegram anymore because he's just up to his eyeballs and stuffed. The team clearly has a lot of things going on that is keeping them quite busy at the moment. You Want to Know Me says, hey, Electroneum should have affiliate program to help businesses and store owners to accept ETN. Yeah, that's a good idea. I think that we may or may not see something like that one day. But I think that's brilliant for sure. If Bitcoin, Shannon says, if Bitcoin hits 75,000, maybe it will hit 10 cents. We should hit 10 cents. Okay, so Marcus is saying, Dino, what's the benefit of the blockchain update? So let's get into that. And let's talk about, because it's in the news. It's in the news right here. And Marcus, I want to be able to tell you about it. So let's do that. All right. This is important. The Electroneum network, or the ETN network, is what it's called now. CEO and founder Richard Ells announced today that his entire team is working to ensure the right timing for the blockchain fork release, and all the announcements scheduled to take place before the end of 2021. So they have a lot of stuff. They're trying to figure out what's going to come first after the blockchain, and what type of announcements they're going to release in the order that they're going to release it. Electroneum, has been working, for the last year. We haven't heard much from them, but that doesn't mean they weren't doing anything. They were clearly working on stuff for Electroneum, working with partners, working with other projects, working with corporations, governments, to put together solutions that are going to be very helpful to Electroneum, and the Electroneum holders will benefit from functionality and other things. All right. We're working hard to ensure the best timing possible for the release of what is very exciting news for the entire network community. All right, so clearly here, this is telling me Electroneum recognize that there's a time issue to ride the wave. All right, that's the best way of saying this, to ride the wave of what's going on. We all know that Bitcoin and Ethereum and all the other good stuff has got a second round of wind coming. We've been waiting for the weekly MACD to turn around, and it's in that process right now. So Bitcoin going forward is going to be seeing gains along with Ethereum. Ethereum, for many reasons, being one, they're starting to burn some of the way that gets used, the transaction fees that get used. So that now Ethereum will become a deflationary coin instead of inflationary, and it's going to make the price of Ethereum continue to rise also. And you can see that, I think, in the last week or so, it's gone up 30% from $2,000 to $3,000. So it's important to have that Ethereum little bag, as much as you can muster. Seeing Ethereum hit 10 grand, I'm sure it could happen. And that'd be pretty amazing. And so Electroneum recognizes that, that they've got to get this thing running. They've got to get the news out. They've got to get stuff in place. And they're doing everything that they can to make the release of their upgrades as effective as possible for the users and holders of ETN. So clearly they're trying to make that happen for us, which is quite important. Hey, Tintin, how's it going? Good to see you. All right, so let's get back to this for Marcus's question. This is Richard Ells. He goes, what I can reveal right now is that our blockchain team, led by our talented expert, Chris Harrison, give it for...
clap.
There you go. Gotta stand up and clap for the for the dev team. Has progressed quite significantly. They are focused on testing and other coding features. That means we are just weeks from announcing the block height at which the fork will take place. The award-winning blockchain project CEO said, Richard Ells. So there's a lot here. This is good. Obviously, Chris Harrison and the team there, Andre, they've been working really hard. They've been working for at least a year and a half. I interviewed Chris Harrison in December of 2019 in England. When I traveled to England, went to see Electroneum specifically. It was a lot of fun, great trip. You can check out the videos. They'll be in the history of Digitspin crypto. And he was telling us at that time, they want to upgrade into Byzantine fault tolerant based environment, what's called a BFT environment, which gives far faster results, makes the performance better. They had plans back then to really take Electroneum to another level. So Electroneum right now, it's a basic, store of value coin. It was based off the Monero blockchain. It's been modified pretty dramatically over the last 4 years. But it's a store of value coin, and Electroneum knows that they need to upgrade to bring it from the juniors into the pro league. All right, and what they've been doing for the last year and a half is building the technology to take Electroneum into the pro league, to give it functionality of blockchains that are far more robust in abilities. Possibly smart contract type of interaction, super fast, more reliant, other type of interaction for the community to work with the coin, to be able to start writing code for the coin and projects for the coin independent of Electroneum. These are the types of things that they've been working towards. All right. The nice thing here, we're just weeks away from announcing the block height, to announcing the fork. Now, based on what I've been able to see in the GitHub version 10, we're on version 9 right now. Version 10 is going to... Every version that they've done prior, they've taken the existing blockchain and they've made modifications to it. Upgrades. They've added stuff, removed stuff, but the blockchain has stayed the same. Version 10, as far as I can see, I may be right, I may be wrong. If you know something more about it, you can put it in the comments below. But version 10 clearly looks like it's going to be a new blockchain. They're going to pull out the engine, put in a new one, and I'm hoping it's going to be this BFT environment. So which means there'll be probably 2 blockchains running at the same time. There'll probably be a conversion process where you'll have to move, or your old coins will get moved from the old blockchain into the new blockchain. All right. And usually they keep the old one running for that conversion process. It'll probably stay running for quite a long time. And this is what I've been able to evaluate at this point. And I'm 75% sure that this is what's going to happen. And because, remember I was telling you, they want to go to the Pro League. And to do that, they have to dramatically change how Electroneum functions, the mechanics behind it. And... having the ability. So you'll have to upgrade. I'm sure the coins that are on the wallet will probably be auto upgraded. If you have them in a paper wallet or what have you, You can upgrade it, or it'll be upgraded at the time that you import it. I don't know what mechanics they'll have in place, but this is what I'm expecting, because this blockchain version 10 is going to be a dramatic change in the direction that Electroneum will take and where they're going. All right, so it's really important. He explained that the fork is essential for many reasons, including that it means we should see several new crypto exchanges listed before the end of the fourth quarter. So this is exciting. We've all been waiting for Electroneum. They've been telling us. Richard Ells personally has told us in the past. It's been on their white paper in the past. Their goal is to get us onto U.S. exchanges. So the USA is a large group of folks that happens to spend a lot. There are plenty of Asian-based exchanges. There's one in Turkey in the Middle East. There's some all throughout Europe, but there has not been a U.S. exchange. All right, and the reason for that is because the U.S. exchanges are under a lot of regulation, and there are certain things that have to happen before they'd like to have your product listed on their exchange. One of them was specifically masked addresses. Now, Dino, what's a masked address? Masked address means that if you go to the Blockchain Explorer and you put in an address on Bitcoin, it'll tell you how many coins are in that particular address. You can see it. Regulation likes to see that. IRS likes to see that. If you do that with Electroneum, it's masked. You can't follow the transactions. Transactions don't go to, if you look up in the Explorer, you don't see that it went from this address to this address. It's hidden with a fake information, or should I say information that is unusable to find out where it went. And if you try to look up an account, you don't know how many coins are in there, how many's gone in, how many's gone out. So to be USA friendly, you've got to get rid of masking. And the new blockchain version 10 is going to have that ability, obviously, to be able to get listed on these exchanges. So as soon as they release this, it looks like we should see, and he does follow this up with means we should see we should see several new crypto exchanges, and several is the key. Several new crypto exchanges. I would tend to believe that they've been in talks already with these exchanges, and they're just sitting and waiting for Electroneum to release the blockchain, because they can't install Electroneum and have it ready, prep the situation per se, until they get the new code from Electroneum. Electroneum hasn't released that yet because they're doing final testing on it to try to debug it to the best of their ability. There's always bugs even after the fact, and I'm sure there'll be updates going forward as things go on and happen. But they are testing it to a high level of standard to ensure that it functions. It's a pretty version 10 is an extremely complicated upgrade with a lot of moving parts, and so we're gonna have to let them do that testing, and as soon as they get that together, then the exchange can start to put that in place, and then advise the community. And it usually, just the integration at the exchange and testing could run 6 to 8 weeks, because we're not dealing with Richard made it very clear he's not looking to put this on Bob's exchange. We're talking, the large-scale exchanges that they're looking forward to. The Coinbases, the Bitrixes, the Geminis, that type of thing. I don't know which one is going to be first, or which ones will or will not. But they're going to be some of the big guns in the U.S., which is a good thing. All right. He said that he and the blockchain team would have a more accurate date for the fork upgrade in the next couple of weeks. So next couple of weeks, I'm thinking 2-3 weeks, we'll get a date. So we're going to be probably we could be in September. It could be the end of the month. It could be September before we find out. So we do have some more time, and we'll go forward from there. Let's take a quick look. Will that mean double coins? You want to know me? No, you're not going to get double your coins. You'll have the same coins. Michael, can we have your opinion on? Oh, you want to know me? You can double the network will know. In other words, if you're going to be interacting when you do a change, it'll only interact with the main new version 10 blockchain. If you have coins in the old one, the old blockchain will only be around and running for the purpose of legacy records, and to be able to say, here's my address. It'll check the main blockchain and then go back, and then you'll have your old blockchain, and you'll have to move them to the new blockchain to actually perform any type of function with them. And there's many reasons for that, but that's basically how that would work. Tintin says they removed the Monero blockchain. I would version 10 is going to be a Byzantine BFT based engine in the blockchain, and I have a feeling that means basically removing Monero. That's correct. That doesn't mean that they will change the fuel, that the process of fueling it. Right now it's a proof of work, and that could change. There's proof of work, there's proof of stake, there's many different ways to keep the blockchain running, and we'll have to see where they go with that. I have some ideas, but I'm not willing to discuss those yet. Okay. Once the fork is released, several partnerships that have already been developed and many integrations that are ready to go will be announced and released. All right. So, hey, Duncan, good to see you, my friend. And Shannon says, yeah, Electroneum needs Coinbase. Period. Yeah, it'd be nice to see Electroneum on Coinbase. I think, from my personal opinion, I think that's a possible thing to happen. I do. I think it's possible. I think it's possible. Whether or not it'll happen, I don't know. Whether or not it'll be the first one, I don't know. Do I think that there's a good chance that eventually, at some point, we'll be on Coinbase? Yes. That's my personal opinion. Nothing else. Okay, so once the fork is released, several partnerships that have already been developed. So remember I was telling you, this is important. Remember I was telling you, in the last year and a half, parched. We haven't heard much from Electroneum because they've been working their tail off trying to get things together for regulation. Everything's been very quiet on the news front because they're not going to spill the beans. And the fact of the matter is that there's been a lot going on, a real lot going on with Electroneum in the background. They've still been interacting with different groups, different organizations, and they've been building. And building is not only with code, but relationships. Relationships are important. And you will see, Electroneum, has been working with Ripple Labs. They've been working with Quant. They've been working with other, not only projects, but builders and doers. And when you do that, I see things like Splinterlands. They make the game and stuff, and they talk with the other game guys, and the next thing you know, they're making things that connect to the other games, where you can use your NFT and play it there or play it here. They start accepting different types of coins, and so that's important. And the same thing is going to happen with Electroneum. I want you guys to think about this. Electroneum, they put together the British Pound Foundation, with Ripple Labs and Quant and some other important folks. And they get together, they talk. And you get people like Quant says, we're doing this. We're going to be used with Flare, for video, for the gaming competitions. And, we have this Spark token, and we're going to start to do things with that. We'll be able to, put Quant into and use it, in these video games. And Electroneum, could be going, oh, that's interesting. I see that the guys from Flare are in the UK. So I'm looking at this and I'm connecting the dots. I'm like, all right, here's a UK project, Electroneum, that are friends with Quant, who just signed a deal with a UK company to be able to use Flare and Spark in the video game industry. One-on-one, they're talking, how do we use Electroneum to do that, and these are the types of things that happen. And, I'm just reading what I see happening. And I'm looking at the other projects, and I see what Quant's doing, and I guarantee you, if Quant's doing it, they're talking with Electroneum. And hey, guys, you want to get in on this also? I mean, if they're getting together to make a British pound or to guide the British pound, it's not that far of a leap to think, hey, guys, you want to get in on this also? And the esports, the esports stuff is big. It's big. It's bigger than movies. They bring in billions of dollars. What are the odds? They say, hey, let's make this Flare thing work. The Quant guys go, hey, get Electroneum in on this also. I've seen this to happen. This is how they got into Splinterlands. They connected with an advisor. The advisor was working with Splinterlands, and the advisor said, "Hey, Splinterlands, you should accept Electroneum." And they did, and that's what got me into Splinterlands, and a whole bunch of people. We deposited a lot of coins, a lot of Electroneum into Splinterlands. And that's how things like that happen, these relationships. So, this is just a thought on my part. I have no idea, and if I was told it was so I wouldn't be able to tell you. But I'm just looking at, what I see. And take a look at what Quant's doing. Take a look at what Ripple's doing. Ripple Labs is doing, and Ripple. Who they're interacting with. And I would put high odds, or should I say higher odds, that there's a good chance that Electroneum's going to get in on the action. All right, not everything, and this is really speculative on my part. But I know the Electroneum team is pretty innovative and, asking lots of questions. Ooh, can I get in on that? Or the British guys, Cheerio, can we get in on that too? So, don't kid yourself. Don't kid yourself. It could happen. And there was a whole bunch of stuff that Electroneum was working on prior that they weren't able to release. There were some really nice integrations, partnerships that they couldn't release until they got a more regulatory friendly environment set up, which they're doing with version 10. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, from my research, there are plenty, there's tons of good stuff with it, and the exchanges is just one part of it, and a big part. You get us onto a major exchange, or two, or three. In the US, we're going to see some excitement for Electroneum. Never mind the partnerships that are going to blaze forward. All right? Take a look at what these other projects are doing, and we can speculate, and that's all we're doing, is speculating, in this particular case, that Electroneum might be able to get in on it also. There may be certain things that are very specific to those coins, but if you see those other coins partnering with unique situations, it's not a stretch to say that Electroneum knows about it and maybe, if able, might get in on the action also. Q4 promises some great announcements that we expect will excite a very supportive community. And I'm going to tell you something. Be real blunt and frank. Electroneum, and when they release a news announcement, it has to be very generic, very basic, very not looking like they're puffing anything up. All right, because they don't want to have a situation where they look like they're stimulating the value of Electroneum. This Q4 promises some great announcements that we expect will excite our supportive community. Is a fantastic sentence. But from my experience, this is very conservative. And I have to tell you, what they wish they could probably say here would probably knock your socks right off your feet. I'm going to be right honest. All right? I'm going to tell you something. This is nowhere near the excitement level that is deserved, is being demonstrated. This sentence is not commensurate with the level of excitement and great announcements that Electroneum is going to be releasing. I'm going to tell you this right off the bat, because I know they have to be very demure in their pronunciation and assembly of sentences. Okay? So I'm taking this sentence and I'm going to blow it way out of proportion, because being super excited And great announcements, I don't think is the proper terminology. I have a feeling that it's going to really, really knock our socks off. And I'm telling you now, from my history of knowing what Electroneum has the ability to do, what they're doing, what they're releasing, what I've been able to read, put together, what I see, the dots being connected and put together, this sentence doesn't do any justice to what we're going to see coming forward. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Let's see what we got here. Crypto Dog, Electroneum, $1 to $500. I'm looking for that 10 cents. Somebody give me that 10 cents first. Electroneum will be $1. There will be a day. Electroneum will be $1. I'm holding my coins until Electroneum is at least $1. There's no reason why Electroneum can't hold the same price as Ripple. I'm telling you that now. When this blockchain comes out, there's going to be some fantastic capabilities. There's absolutely no reason Electroneum will not be equal in price to Ripple. It should be very similar, if not nothing bad about Ripple. Ripple's great stuff. It's been around a long time. It's got an amazing army of folks. But you mark my words. You guys picking up Electroneum at a penny, you're going to be really happy. Really happy. Shannon. Let's see here. Shannon saying the Ripple Labs $10 billion plus company. Yep. Yeah, if ETN got on Flare, that would be sick. Shannon's saying. Yeah, I agree with you. How would the XRP lawsuit affect Ripple Labs and NTN? Ripple Labs is totally different than XRP. You can look at them as two separate companies, a subsidiary. Even if XRP disappeared, Ripple Labs still exist, or they won't take on the fiduciary, or they won't pierce the corporate veil into Ripple Labs. And Ripple Labs is the one that's working with Electroneum. It has nothing to do with Electroneum. If XRP loses a suit, if they lose the suit, they'll have to pay a fine and do some other stuff. XRP ain't going anywhere. It's going to be around, and they're spending plenty of bucks to give the SEC the what for. So they're not going to have their rights stomped on. So we'll have to see where that ends up going. Baron goes, yeah, I wish I could see the Electroneum hitting $30. Yeah, don't we all? Grayscales collecting ETN. You never know. You never know it. At one point they may. Michael, can you give your opinion on moving coins from the GUI to the new GUI, if there will be one? So the CLI wallet always will be upgraded and maintained. The reason is the CLI, the command line interface wallet, which means it's text. You got to type in your commands. Send to Electroneum address, and it'll do it. And the reason why that always has to be because those are considered nodes, whether or not they're whether those nodes are validating nodes is a different thing, but it's a node. All right, and right now with the proof of responsibility, all the nodes can validate, but only those that have a key can get paid. All right, and those are the NGOs. But the node is the Electroneum network. The nodes are what propagates, that validates, that And without the nodes, there's no Electroneum. All right. So when you're using the command line wallet, that's actually the Electroneum network. That is Electroneum network. All right. And all those nodes working together, they talk to each other and they validate the transactions that are happening. And having the wallet part of the node is part of the network. All right. Without a CLI wallet, there is no Electroneum. So there'll always be an ETN wallet, a CLI wallet. All right. That's because that is Electroneum. Now the GUI wallet, the GUI, graphical user interface, brings up a window and it lets you point and click. And Andre, in his own personal time, created a version that he made for version 9, which what we're on now. And out of the kindness of his heart, thank you, Andre. So here's the thing: is that since it's a community item, the GUI, we'll have to see if Andre is going to be upgrading it. And it's not like you can just make a quick change or modify it, because remember, version 10 is going to be a different blockchain. I'm hoping for it to be the BFT environment. And the fact of the matter is, you're talking about building a new graphical user interface wallet based off of the new CLI wallet and the daemon for that. So, and I know Andre, he's working hard for Electroneum. I know he's working on his own project for his new coin that he's trying to put out, and some other good stuff. And, we don't know if Andre's going to, release a new GUI version. So you may end up being stuck with the CLI wallet for a while until somebody, writes the code for a GUI version. Unless Electroneum makes an official GUI version. And I don't know. I just don't know the answers to this. What I do know is, and what I can logically bring to you as technical information, is that you can't go wrong, having the coins in a CLI wallet. The GUI makes it a hell of a lot easier. And you can open up the CLI wallet and then import in the file. These are the types of things that you should be able to open a CLI wallet and then look at your coins, and so you don't have to redo everything or move them. You should be able to import your wallet information into the CLI and then access the same data that the GUI is looking at. And then we'll be able to figure out how we're going to move it to the new blockchain. And again, this is speculation on my part based on what I've been able to read in the GitHub. Kind of tells me that this is the direction that we're going to be going. I'm relatively sure of it, but until they release it, we won't know all the details. And if I'm 100% correct, but I do expect this to be correct. So I'm sure there'll be a plethora of information that'll be announced, and how all this will work as we go forward. All right. Mr. Ells concluded that behind the scenes, he and the senior management had taken a crucial decision and actions to cement the long-term stability and success of the Electroneum network and the AnyTask platform. So, obviously, I think this here is talking about the move to offshoring and separating Electroneum, AnyTask, from the ETN network itself. The ETN network, to be more regulatory compliant, has to be and not deemed a security has to be available to the community, to the public, in a very public way. So I think the ETN network, separating it off as its own open source kind of thing, will check that tick box of it being, well, that's the network. We make this product for the network. The network is open source and free, and it's available to anybody. But here's the product that we make that interacts with the ETN network. So I think that's kind of the direction that they're going. You want to know me? Says maybe ETN network will version 10 may work as a partial DeFi Oracle. I believe that version 10 is going to have. Last year they were talking about trying to make Electroneum interact or be more DeFi capable. I have a feeling that there'll be some kind of smartness available, incorporated, or capable. If you ask my opinion, I think that the news that's been released, the information that's been said by the Electroneum team leads me to believe that there'll be some level of smartness to the new, or smartness capable to the new upgrade. And we can speculate all sorts of cool stuff, whether it's going to have its own virtual machine, whether it's going to have para-bridges and para-chains into another network that has the virtual machine. So you don't have, if I was Electroneum, I, wouldn't want to have to add more stuff to maintain. If I could build a relationship with another coin that has a virtual machine in it, and the virtual machine meaning that it's capable of being smart, has the ability to do smart contracts, and I'm able to build some kind of a bridge, para-bridge, or plug in a parachain into that environment, that would give Electroneum the virtual machine abilities without actually having to incorporate it into the Electroneum network. You're basically paired along with another coin, and you're able to have a smart contract capability by just sliding over Electroneum. It gets processed and it gets slid back, basically, is in layman terms. So the smartness is actually being done on another chain, and the results are then being sent back to it. And this, like I said, is all speculation. I mean, I could go, all sorts of fluffy stuff until we see it and we hear the announcements. That's really what matters. But I have, I have some, wish lists that I'd like to see, and I'm hoping that, that the Electroneum team is as smart as I think they are. Those user experiences, including the ETN app users, to change their PIN and password from within the app, which is nice. So you can make modifications using the app. You'll no longer have to log into My Electroneum to make updates. You can do it on the app, which is fantastic. They're always upgrading the app. And of course, we have marketing for any task. The team projects that are currently working in progress, they include the new LinkedIn sponsor content that's showing great results, and with new users and transactions to the platform, and several SEO updates. And they're going to publish tips and advice, and this is for any task. So this is good stuff. Automated AML. They're going to be working on this for marketing. And obviously, they're looking to hire some new folks. If you're a developer, get in touch with Electroneum, and you'll know. So this is pretty good stuff, and we want to get to the main thing, what's in the description, which is the YouTube, the Twitter that I sent out on August 1st, approximately, was it 7 days ago, exactly a week ago. And I sent out a tweet, a twat, I don't know, however it's called, to on my Twitter account, saying, hey, Electroneum fans, if you think Electroneum can hit 10 cents by December 31st, give this message a like and comment why and or why not. And so we're going to take a look at that. We're going to see what they have to say. There's some really good answers in there and thoughts. And then, of course, there's stupid people that don't put a why or why not. They just want to say stupid things. So feel free to make fun of any of the stupid people that you and me both know exist on Twitter. I think it's a responsibility to make fun of stupid people. Thanks for staying. You want to know me? Thanks for staying in an Electroneum informant for so long. It's very much appreciated. Yeah, I have many different coins. There's a lot of different projects that I really like, and I've been super busy. And I'm failing to keep up with the demand that I have here at my shop. So I'm doing everything I can to make that happen. I wish I could be on more. I'm going to try my best. You guys all know that I do this for the love of it. I have a lot of fun and enjoy talking with everybody on Telegram. And it's not like, I make money. I don't charge to talk about any projects. I'll sell an advertisement, sure, but I just don't charge. I bring information because I feel I've looked at it and I think it has a reasonable chance of success, or something to take a look at, or something that I'm personally using. If it's successful, then I see a benefit from it. And if it fails, I'll personally be on the hook myself also. So everything that I talk about, I'm involved with in some way, and or I've put my some skin in the game. So unlike a lot of YouTube shows that you see them talking about projects, especially the big ones. The bigger they are, the more they're paid. And if they're outside of the U.S., they don't even have to tell you that they're being paid. And, you don't know. The reason why they're talking about something is because they were given crypto or what have you. I have to, write that in here, that there was, a payment for this particular talk. And you'll notice every video I've ever done, no such thing exists, because I've never been paid for any discussion or invitation or interview that I've done. Let's introduce. All right. All right, sorry about that, guys. All right. I see that it's live. It's giving me a little weird stuff here at the same time, so I'm not exactly sure. Let's see. All right, are we back live with the audio? You're on. All right, good deal, good deal. All right, this the studio is showing me circles here, so it doesn't say if I'm live or not. But all right, I guess he's back. I had to reboot my whole system. Somehow my microphone disconnected itself. I've tried reinstalling the microphone, USB microphone, and that didn't solve it. So I had to reboot the whole network, the whole environment, to get it working. Let's go over to here and let's pop out the chat. Let's move this over. And now I gotta reconfigure everything and get it back up online. All right, put on your hat. All right, I got the hat on. I know, don't look so good without the hat, right? It's that peach fuzz haircut. Oh my gosh, I'm sensitive. All right, now let's get back some of the stuff I lost. Let's put this back up on the screen. Let's bring Twitter back online. It's awful. It's awful when this happens. You know, it's the worst thing to have happen in the middle of a show. This is to lose your connection. Alright, Electroneum fans. There we go. Alright, I'm almost there. Almost back online there. Let's see. What do we got here? Alright, so 16 of you stuck in there. Well, congratulations to you. Appreciate that. Alright. Uncensored Tear says, I'm an ETN whale. When the price goes up, you absolutely will be. That's for sure. Alright, let's see if we can adjust this microphone a little bit. Alright, so I'm not over-modulating. It looks like I'm over-modulating really badly. Alright, there we go. That should be a little bit better. Alright, so we were talking, for those of you that are left, we were talking about Twitter. And now I'm back to the right. So sorry you couldn't hear what I had to say about your question. I guess we lost that part of it. And let's bring YouTube back up over here. Alright, so we were talking, for those of you that are left, we were talking about, got my hat on, and now I'm back to the right. That's what I'm talking about. So we were talking about the tweet next, and the folks that were using, I'm going to have to edit out that part, I guess, of the show. I'll have to manually do an edit. But we were talking about the tweet back on August 1st. We did a tweet where we asked, with all the information that you learn on Digitspin crypto, if you thought Electroneum was going to hit 10 cents by the end of the year, in the fourth quarter, which I thought was a viable option, especially with the new blockchain coming out and with all of the stuff that's going to start to get released. You know, chances are, some of the stuff won't get released until next year, and the partnerships and what have you, as you're dealing with third-party companies interacting with you. But we did that. Now, the instructions were, if you think it can hit 10 cents, give the message a like, and then comment why or why not. Now, of course, people that, you have stupid people that just want to write stupid things. And feel free to make fun of those folks because they are clearly deserving. And if you can't put together a coherent sentence explaining why you think it won't, except for it's a crummy coin, you're a stupid person. So feel free to make fun of the stupid people. They deserve it. All right. So let's go in and take a look. We got 111 likes, which is a pretty good amount of response for the tweet. And so I'm pretty happy about that. Obviously, a lot of folks are on the same thought process as myself, thinking that Electroneum is going to do relatively well in the period ahead, the next quarter. So we're pretty excited about that. All right, let's go here. And we have 24 retweets and some replies. Let's take a look at some of these replies. So Scott saying, of course, stupid people tears. That's centered. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's funny. I love it, uncensored tears. And I do enjoy, I definitely enjoy your handle name. Scott saying, of course, it'll hit over 4 cents with hardly any news. When the blockchain update is released, which could potentially lead to new, larger exchanges and in-app purchases. Yeah, in-app purchases is let's make that a little bit bigger. In-app purchases is another thing that I know that the Electroneum team would like to see happen. And I agree. It would be nice to be able to have, a process where you can connect a credit card. Uncensored tears. Yeah, it's a good handle, that's for sure. And being able to, tap into it with a credit card or what have you, or directly into a bank account, that would be nice. Smart contracts and DeFi, I think it'll get at least to the all-time high. There's no doubt it'll hit all-time high. I'm just not sure if that'll happen by the end of the year, but it's definitely possible. And you have to think of this too. Is that with the price of Bitcoin being so much a lot better when we can hear you. Hey, thanks, Scott. Thanks, Scott. Yes, it is a lot better when you can hear me. That's for sure. You have to think of this too. Is that when the price of Bitcoin, if it hits $100,000, it basically doubles the price of what it is right now without it moving at all in set price. So, we only have to go up, the 70 sats, and with Electroneum at 100,000 to be at 4 cents again, for 4 or 5 cents, and that's half the battle. And there's no way it's going to stay at that sat range as we go forward. People will start buying up Electroneum because of its value. So Uncensored Tears is saying, Uncensored Tears is saying Bitcoin, it's like a Bitcoin multiplier. Yeah, it's like playing a pinball machine. You get your score and everything like that, but if you get the the words, or you get a certain event, you get a 2x or 3x or 10x on top of it. So it definitely causes the price to, like, when the price of Electroneum starts to move, when you start getting SAT prices compounded with prices of Bitcoin going up, the price of Electroneum will fly in a very parabolic method, and that's because you're getting that bonus multiplier. Not only is the SAT going up, but the price of Bitcoin going up really can lead to significant change in the price of Electroneum. And this is why it's important to get it now while it's still at a low sat price, and to the best of your ability. Not financial advice. I'm just saying that if you've already had your mindset to buy Electroneum, to acquire it to use, having it at a lower set price will show a greater sense of benefit to you in the future. So that's definitely important. Hey, Numpty Nuts! Can't wait for it to go to 10 cent plus. Yeah. Yeah, it would be pretty exciting. We're just Numpty, I sent out a tweet, August 1st, asking folks if they thought it would make it to 10 cents. So we're going through that now to see if everybody else agrees. I thought it would, and hence why I sent out the tweet. Dragos is saying, yeah, I'm looking for 60 cents in January 2022. That's a pretty big number, and would be very, very exciting to see if it makes that. Numpty Numps is saying, sounds like when we get the new blockchain update, it'll be like a snowball effect. Can't wait. Uncensored Tears is saying, when the set price moves, the number for sale decreases. Sell walls disappear. Yeah, there's a lot of people. I'm getting rid of my Electroneum as soon as it hits a penny again. You know what? It hits a penny. There are people selling, but I don't see them dumping. And when things are going good and going up, and there's excitement, people change their minds real quick. But as soon as the price starts to dump, they'll make sure that they'll dump it then at that point. But because what goes up's got to come down at some point, So it's just the same. Good for you there, Dragos. Tony says, yes, I'm looking for 18 cents. 18 cents he wants. So Tony also doesn't believe. Padawan, how you doing, Padawan Crypto? Let's go, Dino. So 18 cents is where he's looking for Electroneum to be. Crypto Man. Now, Crypto Man is one of the admins on the Digitspin Telegram channel, and also he's a founder with Crypto Dog for the Digitspin Splinterlands Furious Chickens group. Crypto Man, you definitely want to subscribe to both Crypto Dog and Crypto Man 976 if you're on Twitter, and you can talk with Crypto Man. He's a real square shooter, and him and Crypto Dog on the Digitspin Telegram channel. Really smart guys, know what they're talking about. He likes to keep an eye on the prices and the charts, and definitely gives updates. So feel free to ask him questions on Digitspin Telegram. He's saying, let's go back here. If you are paying attention to what Electroneum is doing and watching Digitspin Crypto, of course it helps. You'll be able to connect some dots if you are business savvy. The official communication channel is silent. It's deafening. But there's plenty to find in official government paperwork. Yeah, there's a lot of information out there, and we try to sum it up for you and put it together. But we discuss that on the Telegram channel on an hourly basis. That's where you're going to get your fastest news in between my videos. Uncensored Tears says, Cryptoman976 hobbies include keeping Lanzo in line. We love Lanzo. Lanzo's a fun person to have on the channel. And Uncensored Tears is saying Cryptoman is good at reading the market. XRP, Quant, and ETN, a match made in crypto heaven, says Padawan Crypto. Yeah, I think there's... I think all three of them will find some common ground and be able to put together some interesting opportunities, and I think that they'll be able to share and help each other or introduce each other to opportunities that will be available that all of those cryptos can use in unison. I think that'll bring some advantage for Electroneum in many ways, and then Quant also. Lumpty Lumps is saying, wait to hear what involvement Electroneum may have with this digital pound foundation, foundation, and how it will help Electroneum. Yeah, it's going to be it's obviously a separate company, and directly, it's not directly, Electroneum involved. However, Electroneum is those cryptocurrencies, or those people on the board of directors are, putting their muscle behind it and being part of it. And if there's an interactive type of opportunity, I'm sure the Quant and Electroneum and Ripple will be able to take advantage of that or offer services for that. I'm not exactly sure, and until Richard Ells releases information on what his thoughts and plans are for the Pound Foundation, we'll have to wait to see. But I think there's definitely some gravitas to be gained from that, and we'll have to see what type of opportunities it brings. Colin's out there. I'll be happy to reach 5 cents by the middle of next year. Yeah, that's good. Also, 5 cents is good. I don't think we're gonna have to wait till middle of 2022. My personal opinion is that with the blockchain upgrade and U.S. exchanges coming online and partnerships that are going to come online, the price of Electroneum is going to be parabolic. That's my personal opinion. And you can call me stupid later on, but I stand by that, and I tell you, my favorite viewer, that's what I'm thinking. Padawan says sooner than that, 100%. Yeah, I'm thinking definitely sooner than that myself. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Cryptera is saying they think it's going to hit 25 cents by the year's end. So here's a folk that thinks that there's going to be lots of excitement for Electroneum and is hoping for 25 cents. Cedric Jackson is a great guy. He's out on Twitter. You'll see him out there. Definitely want to subscribe to Cedric. He always has some interesting, thoughtful comments, and worthwhile to subscribe to his Twitter account. He goes, reasons. This is his thought process why he thinks Electroneum will hit 10 cents or more, give or take around the end of the year. The blockchain update will have occurred. Current regulatory environment surrounding cryptocurrency will continue to tighten, making Electroneum as an AML KYC centric project more attractive. And that's going to be not only attractive, but I think it's going to be the catalyst, Cedric, of being able to start releasing or gelling, finishing up the ability to put some of the partnerships and projects that they have in mind to be able to release them. So I think a lot of stuff is waiting on that. Clearly, the exchanges are waiting for this to be, for Electroneum to be more compliant with the new blockchain upgrade to put them online. And as inflation rises, Electroneum's rate, basically as inflation rises, as the value of money is diluted, obviously cryptocurrency, which most coins don't have a a high inflation rate will be helpful. Electroneum's inflation rate is at 2%, or less. I'm sure it's been less lately, but it's basically they've put a note to market at 2%, which is a good inflation rate. Profile elevated due to the Digital Pound Foundation. Yeah, with all this going on, people are gonna definitely be applying some gravitas to those projects that are involved with the Digital Pound Foundation. So I agree with all of that. Gave him a like. Cha cha cha. More than 10 cents. That spiked to 4 cents without any news, any release. Makes me think it will be bigger. Let's say once Electroneum gets listed on any big exchange, more volume, 25 cents or more. So here we got another folk that thinks it could hit 25 cents. So that's pretty exciting. Padawan Crypto says, "Hey, when are you gonna go back to the Hilton in Maidstone?" As soon as they let me fly. I haven't gotten a poke yet, but so I guess I wouldn't be allowed. I think I'm gonna become a second-class citizen without a poke. But we'll have to see. I have a feeling it's going to be a few years before travel starts to get back to normal. I think it'll just be like a flu shot, flu poke, and you'll get your flu poke, and you'll get the coof poke, and it'll just end up being something like that. The Uncensored Tears, I think it's a company that's been set up to give advice and liaison with the UK government regarding the digital pound. I think the company is a UK legal company that can receive payment for any advice given. Yeah, absolutely. I think you're right on target there. And everything that you said is accurate and true. Let's see here. The Tunio lad, he just wanted to be reminded of this tweet. So he sent out the reminder. Numpty Nuts. My buddy Numpty Nuts. Now you can tell Numpty Nuts is definitely a crazed Electroneum fan. Just by his avatar. Without a doubt, Electroneum has been a sleeping giant with the new blockchain, new partnerships coming out, and now something massive could happen with the Digital Pound Foundation. Anything could happen to the price. I expect an all-time high price very shortly. Wow, that's a big expectation there, Numpty Nuts. I hope you're right. An all-time high price. I don't think it's out of the question. I'm not sure I'm expecting it very shortly, but it really is going to come down to what these relationships they've been building turns out being. If they're going to be put into some massive opportunities, there's no reason why it couldn't be an all-time high. Could it touch that and then come back down? Sure. I don't know, Numpty Nuts. I'm looking for that 10 cents. But if we hit an all-time high at 20, I would not be surprised. I would be pleasantly surprised. Dr. Shepard, you guys all know Dr. Shepard if you're on Twitter. If Electroneum provides a big blockchain update that opens new doors, that is DeFi and staking, then I'd say 10 cents by New Year. So Dr. Shepard has a good point here. And that point is, if Electroneum provides a big blockchain update, let's get back to this here. That's what happens when you hit the wrong stuff. So if Electroneum produces that big blockchain update and they somehow are able to incorporate staking either in a node or staking in some kind of a contract. I think Dr. Shepard's got a big thing here. I've seen this in action in Splinterlands. They're dropping some coins based on how many cards you have. And so your cards, your NFT cards, not only can you play and use and make money, but having them gives you the ability to receive a proportion that's commensurate with the amount of cards you have or their value, and which is kind of neat. And then you can then stake those Splinterland coins in the game so that they earn more, and then you'll be able to put them like a bet on different players. So when that player wins, you'll earn more. So staking, don't underestimate the value of staking and what it can bring to a project, because basically the key is to lock coins up. And you lock it up by giving them interest, but by locking up the coins, it puts them out of circulation. Means they ain't being sold. And when that happens, you can only buy the coins from somebody that's selling them. And if most of the people are staking them to earn more, that definitely affects the value of a coin. No doubt about that. So Dr. Shepard's right on target there. Whatever happens price-wise, we know that the team are striving to make Electroneum far more accessible, and ultimately that will make it much more valuable. So, good reply from Dr. Shepard. I agree with everything he has to say here, and I think it's very wise. All right. Crip RS is replying again. The Electroneum staking is my dream. I think most others also. I hope it's true. Crypto. I'm a second-class citizen too. No pokes for me. Yeah. I'm gonna wait it out as long as I can. Unfortunately, I had one of my employees came up positive. I had to stop a couple of folks. We had to go around and kind of wipe down everything and clean everything up, sanitize as much as I could about the whole building, and it costs money and time, and it delays projects, and but we've got to do everything we can to try to make it safe in here. But we'll see how that turns out. But too many questions. I'm gonna wait. If the bull run continues and we see 100,000 Bitcoin, then why not? And this basically was what I was talking about, that bonus multiplier. Hopefully Electroneum delivers. And Poojans, hopefully Electroneum delivers. Yes, we all do. And I think that they're probably under, in my opinion, I think they're under expressing what they're going to be delivering. Would like to see more developers on the team, even for the next month. Let's spend that war chest a bit, get us back in the top 50. And so the good news here is that they do have positions open right now. I think they have 5 more developer positions open, and devs. They have a ton of devs, and it's not like there's just one person deving it. There's a lot of developers, because you have apps, you have websites, and you have the blockchain, you have other interactives, APIs, you have testing. They have a ton of devs, and they've just opened up I think it was like 5 more. So Electroneum is spending that money and going forward. Thanks for the comment there, Poojans. Block of Wood. Block of Wood goes, I'm thinking more than 10 cents. So that's good news. He's thinking that it's going to definitely hit more than that. Let's see here. Let's bring this back up. Do, 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 do. All right. Now, Michael's saying it's because it's time. It's time. Yeah. Those of us that have been holding Electroneum for the last 3-4 years, yeah, it's time. It usually takes 4 years for a project to mature. If you look through them, most of their price increases happen in that period of time. There's very rare situations where it takes less than that. All right. Let's see here. Crypto Grassmar. Once Richard Ellis finds his voice, anything is possible. New blockchain, new exchange. We did 4 cents on no news. I want to see uncensored tears. If you want to see him, he's in the chat. Oh, this way. All right, so here's one of the stupid people. Feel free to hit this person up and tell them how stupid they are. The cybernetic organism, which is one of the stupid people from Uncensored, depends on what else they can manipulate, circulating supply and market cap, coin emissions, what's next. Clearly, one of the paid trolls that's out there trying to act stupid. So feel free to let them know that they're just not too bright. Colin Smith said, we've been in the top 50 numerous times. If we were to get there again, say before the end of this year, can one calculate the approximate price? Yeah, I think we've hit 40 at one time. To get in the top 50, you're looking at having a market cap. That's not that much. 185 can't be right. Is it 2 billion? Let's go back up here. Market cap there. So according to this, you're looking at $2 billion to be in the top. $2.5 billion to be in the top 50. So if we go up here and we do a search on ETN, right, our market cap is what, 259. Let's blow this up. Market cap, all right, it's 200. So that's about 250, and you got to get to 2.5 billion. So you're looking at 4x, 8x, 10x. So you're looking at 10x from here. So you're looking at 10 cents, give or take. So that's the answer to your question. Approximately 10 cents would get us to that point. Colin, and so which is possible. So it could get us back up to that 50 mark. If we're at 1.3 cents, it's going to be more than 10 cents. It's going to be maybe 11 cents or something like that. 11, 12 cents. Let's take a look at this picture. What is it here? Left shoulder. Oh, well, somebody was pointing out a head and shoulders, a reverse head and shoulders. That was in the charts that was last week, and which turned out to be pretty accurate. Because if we were to put this head and shoulder on the current charts, this guy was right on target. This it went right up. Who put this together? This was from 555K. So they were predicting an Electroneum blast off because of the reverse head and shoulders chart pattern. Here's another stupid person, crypto guru, which is obviously not a guru. Obviously doesn't know their ass from their elbow. And as soon as somebody writes that the project is a crap coin, you know that this is what's called a stupid person. All right, a stupid person. They have no ability to put together a competent sentence, to have information to explain why they think that it won't succeed or it won't hit a certain value. All right, if all they have to put out is a sentence like this, that you know this person is stupid, and I'm going to say that quite blankly, dumb and stupid. All right, they have no ability to communicate, interact. They have no thought process, no evaluation process, and clearly dumb. Feel free to explain to them how dumb they are. I have no problem with that. Cha was already on was already on this crypto, not a crypto guru, Twitter guy. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Hey, Crypto Stewie. The new Electroneum blockchain will be faster and have increased speed, efficiency, and scalability. It will be a public ledger, aiding regulatory compliance. There will also be eliminating technical debt. Why do this? Because it needs to serve a greater business interest. You're right on target, Crypto Stewie. A lot of that you're bringing up is very valuable, very important, and very detailed information. Being scalable, being quicker and more efficient, being able to interact easier, being regulatory compliant, all are things that are going to be required going forward. The technical debt is basically super good testing. That's all that means. And the reason why they need to do that is to make sure that they get as much of the bug issues out before the release. Okay. And so Crypto Stewie's thinking 10 cents or more. So congratulations to everybody that put a comment in there, replied to the tweet, and gave me some information to put onto the show. I think pretty much everybody that wasn't just outright stupid was in complete agreement that it's a possibility. So keep that in the back of your mind as you're going forward. There's a lot of good stuff going on for Electroneum. Appreciate you hanging out with me today. I had a lot of fun. Subscribe and like, because if you're still watching the show at this point, with me having the reboot and everything, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Content's great. You'll get the most and the best Electroneum information there is on the internet right here on Digitspin Crypto. Talk to you guys again.